Now, if you're like me, you probably have come by your camping traditions via your family. Basically, most of us have been taught one way or the other how to do the various kinds of camping we know how to do. And a lot of us had started with hunting, I'm sure. But of course, some of us might be more in the fishing world, or even just getting out to go spend time around water and go swimming and such out here in Arizona. That's a big treat because it turns out we don't have as much water as a lot of places. One of the best reasons to go camping would be, of course, a family reunion and just to get together with your friends and family. Makes an easy way to meet up somewhere in the middle. Maybe you live in different states and you pick a spot out there in the middle somewhere, and you know, put together a reunion type camp out. Those are a lot of fun. And then there's simpler type things like just getting out hiking, exploring new trails. You might set up a base camp and hike out in different directions, or some of us like to do things with our mountain bikes. That's of course, another alternative. And one of the things I've really gotten where I like later in life is music festivals. I tend to go to a lot of bluegrass music festivals mostly, and folk music festivals. And of course, there's any number of other things a person could be doing out as well. Things like rock hounding and gold panning. You get the idea. We all have our different camping themes. But one of the keys here is that at some point you're going to have to work out your routine, figure out what it is you need, and come up with a routine for dealing with that. Now, I've spent a great deal of time trying to give people ideas along those lines on both my websites and my YouTube channel. So snoop around there and you'll have some ideas if you don't know what to do in that particular realm. The whole notion of improved camping, as what I call it, is basically something that I've only learned within the last few years. And as you can see, there are several advantages to camping in a campground. And this turns out to be particularly useful if you want to do a camping vacation. Incidentally, you see that stake somebody drove into that tree there at some point? You definitely don't need to do that. Have a look at my dart video and I'll show you how to put up a dart without doing that. But the notion here is that these campgrounds make it quite a bit easier actually to go camping. And in terms of a camping vacation, it's kind of the only choice you might have. And that's because it might be the only place you know where it's okay to camp. Otherwise, you could get into problems with private property and such. But you see how these things work is they usually have some sort of a pay envelope and a place to put it when you're done filling it out and putting your money in it. It's pretty self-explanatory. Just read the directions, fill them out. So the camping tip here is make sure you have small bills so you don't have to use your credit card. Now, it's worth enduring the fees you have with these campgrounds in order to enjoy the benefits, and they do have some rules you have to obey, but it makes it easy to figure out places to camp when you go on your vacation.